These are prehistoric waters where monster trout lurk in every hole. With 6,000 fish per mile living in a steady 47-degree environment, it's no wonder people come from all over for a chance at a trophy trout on the Watauga River.
Good morning, y'all. It's about, 6:15 or so in the morning, and we're going fishing. And I am just so excited because we are back on the South Holston. It's no longer sleeting. It was sleeting back in December when I was there. It's a beautiful day out. Water looks nice and clear. They just released the dam last night, so the water temperature is super cold, which is perfect for the trout. I think this promises to be a good day.
So I started this day in the bedroom, so I guess I'm gonna end it in the bedroom. We just got back from our first day out fishing. We actually fished the Watauga River today. It is Watauga, not Watauga or Watauga, just so you know. It's a sticking point around here. It's Watauga. And we fished the Watauga today, and it was honestly pretty slow. Had a couple good bites, you know, of course, but for the most part, not any of the boats that were out with us today were catching any fish. I think it was just too hot, honestly. It was really hot today. And honestly, I'm beat, but I'm looking forward to tomorrow. We're gonna hopefully be able to fish some of the trophy water on the Watauga, and then also go over to the South Holston and get a couple hours in on the water there. And then from what I've been told, then we're fishing on Saturday as well. So day 3, we're gonna spend all day on the South Holston, which are like the big trophy waters around here. So very excited about that. Big fish water, gonna be fun. Yeah, All right, I'm gonna sign off for today because I'm exhausted. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Morning, y'all. We're back at it again. Trying a different stretch of the Watauga River today. We fished the Watauga yesterday, and things were kind of slow. It was pretty warm, and so the fish were real low, deep in the water, and so we didn't really get as much as we were hoping to, but we're going to try a different stretch. This is supposedly the trophy waters, so hopefully we'll have a little bit more luck today, pulling out some fish. I'm going to strap the GoPro on again and see what kind of cool footage I can get. Hopefully today will be a fun day. It's going to be supposed to be a little warm, but I think we'll be okay.
All right, I have no idea if you can hear me because there's a train running right up there. But we have just finished on the Watauga, on the trophy section of the Watauga is what we fished today. Had a lot of fun on the dry fly, pulling fish out, a lot of rainbows today. And it was one of my first fish officially on a dry fly, so I had a lot of fun with that. We're gonna go try to fish quickly on the South Holston, see if we can't pull some fish out of the pools below the dam there, I think. I'll throw the GoPro back on. It's about dead, so I had to take it off and kind of quit filming with it, but I'm gonna try to get some more shots on it. And you probably can hear me now because the train's gone. But anyway, so yeah, y'all stay tuned. It's been a beautiful day out, beautiful stretch of river, just amazing.
I've heard some really good ones over the years.
Right, so that is the end of our second day. We actually got on the Holston today. We've been on the Watauga the last day and a half or so. When we got on the Holston, we're doing the Holston again tomorrow. That was one of the weirdest little fishing sessions I actually have ever had, just because we floated maybe 10 different things down past these fish, and they weren't hungry. They must have been asleep, I don't know, but they were, you know, 24, 25, 26 inches long, and just monster hogfish. Just big old piggies. Big fish. And couldn't get them to bite on whatever we were throwing, so we're gonna try again on the Holston tomorrow morning and float a different stretch, see what happens. But yeah. All right, y'all, stay tuned. I'm gonna take this opportunity to just remind y'all to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you're not, because I do all sorts of different outdoor adventures like this all the time, from hiking to camping, skiing, fly fishing, a little bit of van lifing, vans back on the roads. So we'll be doing some of that soon here. So yeah, go ahead and like this video and subscribe, and stay tuned for the rest of this trip. All right, good morning, y'all. We are bright-eyed and bushy-tailed on the side of the river. And it is early, but we're supposed to get a lot of rain today, so we're trying to get started early and get through down the river before too much of the rain comes in the kind of late afternoon. So we started a little earlier today. But we're gonna go and float the same hole we did yesterday and try to get one of them big fish that wasn't biting. And then kind of just work our way back down the river and see what happens. So looking forward to all that. It's gonna be fun, hoping for some big fish, hoping I can get footage because of the rain, but we'll see. I've got the GoPro, but it's not been lasting the whole day, so we'll see how long the battery lasts. All right, so new plan. The fish are still not biting at this hole, so we're, just like yesterday, we're gonna go down, I think probably back over to the Watauga and fish the rest of the morning in the Watauga. And then come back for the Holston in the afternoon maybe. I'm not really sure. We're kind of playing it by ear because of the weather, just kind of trying to figure out where the fish are. The clouds we thought might burn off, and they're not. They're getting thicker, so that makes things a little trickier. So we're just gonna kind of play things by ear and see what happens. Time to go in. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we moved up above the Wilbur Dam on the Watauga River. We're gonna kind of float this real still section here, and one of these areas, guide says, shouldn't be fish, but there are, so we're gonna check it out and see. It's supposed to get really kind of bad weather later on this afternoon after 2 o'clock or so, and so we're trying to just kind of get some numbers, some fish in the boat beforehand, just in case like the rain kind of stops the fish from biting, kind of knocks them down deep where you can't really get to them. So we're gonna try to get everything done in the morning, catch as many fish as we can, and then play it by ear, see if we really want to stay out in that kind of rain and that kind of storm on the water. If there's lightning and stuff like that, you don't really want to be out fishing with a 10-foot long metal pole in your hand. So anyway, we're gonna try and see what happens, but just gonna play this little section here and then go from there.
Okay, that's the end of our day, I think. We had a lot of fun. I got some good footage on the GoPro. Pulled a lot of fish out, nothing like massive, but it was just fun to get some fish in the boat, hit some numbers. Hopefully you can hear me, it's kind of windy. Yeah, what a beautiful day. It's been awesome. All right, y'all, I just got back to Asheville after an amazing trip up in East Tennessee doing the fishing on the Watauga and the South Holston. It was an interesting thing. You'll notice we didn't catch a lot of fish, and there's actually a reason for that. There's quite a conflict between like the kind of adventure industry in that area, which brings in a huge amount of money to the area and to the economy of that area. There's a big conflict between like the fly fishing and the adventure rafting and the TVA, which manages all of the water in that area, especially the Watauga and the South Holston. And you know, there's been a lot of drought and a lot of things like that in this area, and so how much water they're running affects a lot the flow of the river with the fishing and all of that. And as we experienced, there hadn't been a lot of flow, so the water was a little warmer and the trout weren't doing as well. They were staying way deeper where they're not really easy to fish for. So the guides were having a lot of trouble getting fish for their clients. The rafting people are having a lot of trouble getting high enough flows to make the rafting fun. And the TVA is not responding to their concerns, which is kind of interesting because of how much money the industry does bring into the area, and a lot of people in the area are employed there, and they do need to kind of keep it maintained, and they don't want to get the word out that there's no fish in the area for the fishermen because it's a world-class trout fishery. It's kind of an interesting mess, but that's one of the reasons we weren't catching fish on the river this time, was that the fish just weren't there. A lot of the boats we were fishing with were not catching fish. All the guys were kind of complaining. It was really interesting to hear that, but I just wanted to kind of leave you with that kind of interesting tidbit about the politics of the local area and the water and how it affects like the fish and the industry and all of that stuff. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap this one up here. Thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you all next week.